Hey guys, today we are going to be doing a ranking of the Poppy Playtime characters that we have so far. But before we dive into the ranking, I just wanted to remind you guys that this is just my opinion and my opinion alone, so if you do not agree with me, that is totally okay. And with that, let's dive right in. These are not in any particular order, these are just the way that they showed up when I made the tier list, so we're just diving right in with Huggy Wuggy. Huggy Wuggy is absolutely iconic. I mean, he's pretty much the face of Poppy Playtime. When you think of Poppy Playtime, the first character to come to mind is usually Huggy Wuggy. Rarely is it actually Poppy, you know, who the game is actually named after. If I was doing this ranking before Chapter 4 came out, I would probably only put him in A tier, but now that he's making a comeback after Chapter 4, I'm really excited to see what more of Huggy we get, so I kind of want to put him up in S tier. Yeah, that definitely feels right. And then next up we have the mini Huggies. The first time I played Chapter 2 of Poppy Playtime, I found the Whack-A-Wuggies level to be actually really difficult. Nowadays, it's not nearly as difficult, but in the beginning, or back in the early days of Project Playtime, oof, that was a bit tricky. I kind of just want to put them in F tier. Like, I don't really care about them. Sorry to all the mini Huggy fans out there. Next up, we have PJ Pugapillar. I don't really know where to put him. I honestly think that he's so adorable. He's so cute. Honestly, I think I might put him in either A or B. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards B. I do really love his design though, and his color palette. Like, I love him so much. But still, not one of my favorites and not super iconic to the franchise overall. Next up, we have Catnap, and I just have to immediately put them in S tier. Above Huggy Wuggy, I know, but I have to. I love Catnap. That was probably one of the easiest placements on this entire list. Next up, we have Dog Day. Where do I want to put Dog Day? Honestly, I might put him in A. I think personally, the reason that he's not in S is just because we don't see a whole lot of him. And also, I just really like bad characters more than good characters, I think. Like, personally, I just would prefer a villain. So, I don't know. Dog Day was pretty good. I think I'll keep them in A tier. Still love them though. Next up, we have Miss Delight. And I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on this, and I'm totally okay with that, but I'm putting her right up to the front of S tier. She is my favorite character in the entirety of Poppy Playtime. I love Miss Delight so much. I love that weeping angel video game mechanic where if you look away, they move. I know a lot of people are getting tired of that in video games because we've seen it be done so many times. I personally still really like it. I especially liked it in Chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime. I love Miss Delight's attitude. I love how crazy she is. I love just how creepy she looks. Like, everything about Miss Delight. Oh, I just love it so much. I love her lore. I love her backstory. I love the story of the teachers in general. Her and Barb, iconic. Love it so much. You can disagree with me all you want in the comments. She's going to the top of S tier. Now, for the Smiling Critters and the Nightmare Critters, I didn't want to have them all be in this because we would frankly be here for probably an hour. There are so many Smiling Critters and there are so many Nightmare Critters that I decided to just keep them as like their own categories, just like lop them all together. I'll let you know who my favorite is in each though. So when it comes to the Smiling Critters, I think I want to put them in B tier ahead of PJ Pugapillar. Obviously, we're not taking into account the Monster Catnap and Monster Dog Day in this ranking of the Smiling Critters themselves. This is just like their little cartoony characters. My all-time favorite Smiling Critter would have to be Bobby Bear Hug. I love Bobby Bear Hug. My least favorite Smiling Critter might be, I think I might have to go with either Crafty Corn or Kickin' Chicken. I think those are my least favorite of the Smiling Critters. And then my favorite, yeah, Bobby Bear Hug. Now we have the Nightmare Critters. Now that a few weeks have passed since Chapter 4 has been out, I think my rose-tinted glasses have faded a bit. If I had done this ranking right after Chapter 4 came out, I would probably place a lot of the Chapter 4 characters a lot higher. But for the Nightmare Critters specifically, I think I'm gonna put them in C. It seemed like in Chapter 3, the Smiling Critters were a lot more present And then in chapter 4, the nightmare critters, I don't know, they didn't really hit for me. My favorite of the nightmare critters is probably either Poe or Raby Baby. And then my least favorite would probably be either Icky Licky or Alistair Gator. Those are probably two of my least favorites of the nightmare critters. So yeah, I'm gonna just leave them and see and move on. Next up we have Yarnaby. This is a tricky one. When I first played chapter 4 in my gameplay video playing chapter 4, he doesn't show up. I got the bug where Yarnaby does not spawn in. So my first playthrough, my interactions with Yarnaby were very chill, very fun. My second playthrough, however, Yarnaby did in fact spawn in and he was relentless. I think they've patched it since then where Yarnaby is not as aggressive in his level, but I have yet to replay it. I've only played it the 2 times for my video and for a live stream. So my experience with Yarnaby has been very positive and then very negative. So I don't know. I like them. I like them a lot, but I don't want to put them super high. I think I'll put them at the head of B. Do I like them more than the smiling critters and PJ? Yeah, I think I want to do it like that. No, like that? I don't know. Then we have Pianosaurus, another character we got introduced to in chapter 4 of Poppy Playtime, and people talk about the nightmare critters not being used to their full potential in this chapter. I would have to agree with that, as well as include Pianosaurus in that. He was not very big in chapter 4. I think he was only in the game for less than a minute. A lot of people were disappointed in that because it seemed like he was going to be a larger part of the game, especially when leading up to the chapter's release, he got his own very like creepy trailer. There was a lot teasing him. I don't know. I think people were just expecting a bit more of Pianosaurus. Who knows? Maybe we'll get more in the future, but as it stands right now, Pianosaurus is kind of meh. Next up we have Doughy the Dough Man, who I feel like has become an instant favorite in the Poppy Playtime community. I feel really bad for Doughy. His story is so tragic. He's a very complex character for sure. I don't know how much I really like his design, to be honest. And that's mostly because with the other bigger bodies, I don't know, they feel more animal and lifelike, and so it makes sense in my brain that a child's mind and nervous system and all that could be put into this animal body and that would work. But like when I think about it being the 3 kids that got put into Doughy, the dough factor and like the way that he's practically liquid at times, like the way that he just melts away and is able to move like that kind of breaks the believability of the bigger bodies like projects for me. I don't know if I'm making any sense with that, but like I feel like I believe more so that Catnap is a possibility more than Doughy is a possibility. Does that make any sense? I might be alone in that, and so for that it breaks the immersion of the story a little bit for me and makes me want to put it in A tier. I think I like him more than Dog Day, but I'm not gonna put him in S tier because of that. I might be alone in thinking that. I don't know if I'm even making any sense right now, but it makes sense in my brain, and that's all that matters. This is my list, okay? I can say whatever I want. I can place them wherever I want. Our next character is Poppy herself. Again, if I was doing this before Chapter 4's release, I feel like I would put her a lot higher up. But now after Chapter 4, ooh, I don't know where I want to put her anymore. I still really like her character. I said before, I like a villain. I like a bad, complicated character, you know, morally kind of gray, morally like, are they good? Are they evil? So when it comes to Poppy, I feel like I do like her more than Doughy and Dog Day. So I think I'm gonna put her at the top of A tier, but I am really excited to learn more about her. And I do think that I just prefer Huggy, Catnap, and Miss Delight over her. Next up we have the Doctor. I was so excited for the Doctor. I wish that there was more to him. I feel like I have the same opinion that a lot of people have with Chapter 4, which is that a lot of the characters that we got introduced to kind of fell flat in the end, where it was like, oh, that's it? That's all we get of them? Like, I want more of the Doctor. I really liked the Doctor's attitude. I think that the voice actor did an incredible job. I think there was just such an ominous, like, creepy vibe to him that I wish we got to see more of, and more of his motivation and involvement with the prototype. So I don't know where to put him. Like, I guess I put him on the lower end of B because of that. I still do really like him. It's just, it doesn't seem like we got a lot of him, and it doesn't seem like we're going to get any more of him, and that saddens me. Next up, we have Boxy Boo, who has yet to make an appearance in the main games, aside from that Hour of Joy tape. He's mostly in Project Playtime. And Project Playtime, yeah, I mean, it's fun, but we haven't had an update in forever, and I miss it, and I hope they bring back Project Playtime soon. So for the time being, I want to put him maybe at the top of C tier. Now we have the prototype, which we don't know a ton about the prototype yet, but from what we've seen so far and like how they're building this suspense for when we finally will see him, I'm very, very intrigued to see where we go from here. So because of that, I kind of want to put him, I think, just below Poppy in A tier. Now we have Ollie, which again, we're doing this after chapter 4 has already come out, so spoiler alert, Ollie is the prototype, but if I'm judging Ollie just based on our interactions with Ollie, I'm putting him lower. I found his voice annoying. I wasn't a huge fan of Ollie. Wasn't a huge fan, to be honest with you, so yeah, we're putting them lower. Maybe I'll put them ahead of the mini Huggies, but yeah, sorry. Kissy Missy is going to S tier. I'm putting her above Catnap. I love Kissy Missy. She has been our girl from the beginning, well, chapter 2, but I love her so much. Yes, if Kissy Missy has 100 fans, I'm one of them. If Kissy Missy has 1 fan, I'm her. If Kissy Missy has no fans, I'm dead. Next up, we have Mommy Longlegs. I really liked Mommy Longlegs as a villain to go against. I think I would put her above Doughy, to be honest. So I'm gonna put her in A tier, just below the prototype. I liked how crazy she was. I liked how she played the games with us. I like how she kept up her end of the deal and gave us the train code. Well, almost the entire train code. She didn't give us the last piece. We had to get that ourselves, but still, for the most part, she kept up her end of the deal. She kind of gives me Other Mother vibes from the movie Coraline, which is my favorite movie of all time. So of course, I kind of connect the characters, and yeah, that's another reason that I really like her. The rest of the characters are not super important, so we can probably just quickly place these in their rankings. We have Candy Cat. I'm sorry, you're going in F. Cat Beep. I'm sorry. Brawn. I'm sorry. Boogie Butt going a little bit higher because I love Boogie Butt, and same as Bunzo Bunny. Yeah, there it is. And there we have it, everybody. This is my ranking of the Poppy Playtime characters that we have so far. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? I can't quite place who I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing anybody, but if I am, let me know who I'm missing in the comments below, and I will reply to your comment letting you know where I place them on this rank. And again, guys, this is just for fun. It's just my opinion on the characters. It's not really meant to be taken super seriously, so try not to get offended if I placed your favorite character lower than you would have liked me to. I apologize, but this is just how I feel about them. This is my video, this is my channel, okay? And if you like it, subscribe.